First ride in Silverton, I kind of have taken a liking to, it's a trail that goes up Cunningham Gulch, and kind of heading north out of Silverton here, there's a bunch of gulches, and Cunningham Gulch is one of them. It's on an OHV trail, so like most of Silverton, there's almost no dedicated mountain biking here, although they're changing that soon. So we're gonna see how it goes. This building right in front of us is called the Mayflower Mill, and a mill is where you brought all the rocks to have them crunched down into powder and then treated with all kinds of things like acids and heavy metals to take out the metal that you want. And those big humpy hills there are the leftovers. Those are called tailings. And they're saying here that in 1935, a man named Charles Chase decided not to just dump them into the river, but instead to build up artificial mounds like that. The mill has a self-guided tour. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun. So you can see the ore carts. I'll stop and give you a better view. I'm still boggled that these things have been hanging since like they shut down the mine in the 80s. So there's some buckets. So I've always pronounced this Arastra Gulch. There's pictures of people riding those things. You can see way over there in the distance, there's towers. Hells no. The only reason people came up here in the 1800s was for gold. Pictures of the tracks going by. That's pretty neat. Beautiful little kind of a creek running out of Cunningham Gulch here. I cannot believe how high everything is running still, especially for the time of year. Little mine entrance there. So we're going to take the left. The left and the right go to the same place, but I prefer to get my climbing done earlier, and so this is a slightly steeper incline at the beginning, and then they'll join up at the same place eventually. Well, it's sort of unassuming, but one thing you have to keep in mind, this is the bottom of the old 100 mine. It's an immense mine. So they've got this teeny little piece at the bottom, this teeny tiny little piece hardened and made safe so you can take a tour, and they'll take you in on these electric mine carts, and you have to wear like these little outfits that keep you from getting too wet. And this right here, that's an elevator, folks. A human being would stand in that, and they would pull that up through these tiny little mine shafts. And then this is the old 100 mine entrance for tourists, and these are the little electric mine cars and their little work shed. So you go in through that mine shaft entrance, and it's about a mile in. You get off, and they take you on a small little tour of a piece of safety-ified tunnel, and you can see how they lined up the old blast patterns and so on and so forth. But working in the mine, when they take you on the tour, just looks just vicious. Holy cow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. You could see where it came racing down the mountainside, snapping trees that are, I mean, hundreds of feet up. Entire hillsides. Just reduced to lumber. You can already see saplings though. Wow, this must have been one hell of a winter. I'm here in middle of August, and there's still snow and freshly fallen trees bent over. Me and Fred and Tina sit around and laugh about this, but that we call this recreation. It sure is hard. Oh, another marmot. You can see late August, middle of August, still full of snow. And this is cool. The creek runs right under it. Look at that. That is so cool. Just dropped 58 degrees. After I've been doing all that climbing, it's cold as shit. The descent's gonna be even worse. See, you guys, I'm never happy. When I'm climbing, I'm telling you I want to be descending. When I'm descending, I'm telling you I want to be climbing. Snow just came ripping across, snapped tree trunks, entire trees just. Sunset is open to interpretation here because the canyons are so steep. Direct sun went down an hour ago. I estimate I have till around 8 for sunlight, and it's 6, and I think we have about a mile till the end of the trailhead here, so I think we're in good shape. And up here the trail goes even further and you can catch a hiking path that eventually turns into wilderness, which means you're not allowed to ride. But I've gone to the trailhead, but I've never hiked on any of the trail. By then I'm usually exploded and tired, but it's still pretty neat here at this trailhead. You can get a look at one of these old constructions that they put together probably for a mill. We will have broken the 10,000 foot barrier, you guys. We will have climbed 1,000 feet together. We got some waterfalls going, and we're not gonna ride the shit out of this descent. What do you say? Oh, this is gonna be cold. Oh. Look at all the lumber that's just collected down there. The computer says this is about 8%. Back through the avalanche area. You don't get views like this very often. So we just dropped 600 feet in minutes. I'd say this is pretty awesome. There's trees growing right out of the rock. Look at this. Into the unknown. Well, we made it. And there's our sweet, sweet setup. Right there. Kick ass. Hello. Hey there, Internet. Today we're gonna ride, it's called the Rainbow Trail on Trail Forks. For some reason it has a different name on some other sites, but it's the only dedicated mountain bike trail I know of in Silverton. And it's pretty dramatic. It crosses some mine tailings and some scree fields, and pretty high up there. I'd classify it as a black. And it starts right here in town, which is pretty cool. Yep, we haven't brought the train in yet. It's still parked. That old building. So cool. Ooh, smell the creosote. Yummy. All right. Consider that end of the trail for today.